Today I'm speaking with Dr. Ronnie Shalev. She is a board certified emergency medicine physician who felt high pressure from the job, which makes sense, and started looking at other ways for investment. And what she decided to do was create a passive income stream through property. So she has now co-founded the company Shalwin Properties, and today she's going to be talking more about that with us. Dr. Shalev, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm super excited to learn about what you're doing. It's such a gravitational change, doctor, investor, real estate, but you've done it really well. And now you're helping other people. So I'd love to start from the beginning and how you decided to transition into a different field.
Yeah, for sure. So, I was a practicing ER physician for 16 years at the bedside. And almost every shift, I came home and I said, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And then I still did it for another, 6 years.
Wow.
I left those shifts feeling drained, like no energy, burnt out, really unable, even when I wasn't at work, to like enjoy life, to be with the kids, I just felt just blah, like no energy and dread going into work. And I wanted to reclaim my life, but I didn't know how. I didn't know where to start. And you see, because I was making great money, my family was relying on me financially, and I felt stuck. I felt trapped. Like, where do I go to make this type of money? You can't find it. So, I was trapped by the golden handcuffs of, the medical industry. And that's where I started exploring like other ways to make money or recurring income that don't require you to be physically present. So how do I make money where I am not actually with a patient or at the hospital? And that's where I really got turned on to real estate investing. And with real estate investing, I got really passionate about it and studying, and I signed up for a mentoring program, and I was able to make enough recurring income to leave my grueling ER job and go work in a medical device company.
That's awesome.
So now I get to live a balanced life. I can design my own life. If I want to work, I work. If I don't have to. So that's essentially being free to have space to decide what you want to do and how you want to fill your days.
Okay, that sounds amazing. What I really would like to talk about next is how you helped, with all of your knowledge, start your company so that you can teach that into new physicians who are interested in investing. So, how did they get started with you, and what are the things that you do along the way to help them know how to dive into the real estate field?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing I do is educate. I offer a free masterclass on the basics of real estate investing, specifically passive investing, and how those deals work. I mean, a lot of people are high earning, busy professionals that don't have time to be going and finding properties and underwriting them and doing the financials and getting the loans and evicting tenants and dealing with tenants, and they don't have time for that. But I love doing it. So what I do is I do all the hard work for them. So I let them invest alongside of me, but only once they're educated about it and understand how it works. And I go and I do the hard work. I put in my own time, energy, sweat, tears, money, and I let other people come along for the ride with me, and we both profit. So that's one of the things that a lot of doctors don't know about, and I'm excited to share it with them.
Well, I like that you say that you let them come along with you. This isn't you giving tips and then saying you're on your own. I mean, you're investing alongside them, right? So you both have the risk, but you also have the potential significant gain. So it feels like a trusting relationship instead of them going off on their own. Is that right?
Absolutely, it's a partnership.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I love is you meet a bunch of people, you help them, and you partner, you work together to create freedom for everybody. Freedom from the stress and anxiety of, am I going to have enough to retire? Am I going to have enough in my bank account? What's inflation going to do? Like, if you didn't have those fears, think about what your life would be like.
Well, I think it's great too. I mean, you talk about how working in such a high pressure job sucked the life out of you and you felt so exhausted and burned out. And now you work because you want to, not because you have to. And I think a lot of people are looking for that, but we don't know how to get started. So I'm going to have your link below, shalomproperties.com. Anybody watching, click on it so you can learn more about how to get started working with Dr. Shalev. But when they do that, what can they first expect to find?
Well, I have a 30-minute webinar where they get to learn just the basics. What do the terms mean? How are the deals structured? What's the business plan? What are the different types of properties you can look at? And what is their role? What is my role? And how the whole thing flows, how long it lasts, how much money you can put into it, and really how do you invest? Like, you can invest with retirement funds, you can invest with your savings, you can invest with an entity, a trust, an LLC. So there's so many ways, and people just don't know that you have options. And there's really not a lot of education in the traditional, Wall Street. We don't get that education. So I'm excited to share what I've learned for the last 8 years.
Thank you for doing just that, sharing what you learned, your time, your education, your expertise, and gifting it on to others to live confidently just the way that you do. So thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you so much for having me.